Hello friends, I'm very happy that Minds of Aspirant has been getting huge support from you guys. And with your support, we have conducted a series of programs in that Acumen answer writing, GS answer writing, a complete overhaul of holistic understanding of GS, that is GS paper 1, 2, 3, 4. We have completed phase 1 now. So we are going to start this phase 2 next month, that is August 4. You can look into the brochures and you can look into the details. We are also planning Acumen Marathon, which will be a year-long program of a very concise, delineated, continuous, long marathon kind of an answer writing, very slowly, like drops of water into an ocean, so that you will be mains ready next year. So we are also trying to start that program as well. So you can think about that as well. The third is that Sing Shang program we are going to start after Diwali. In this, we are going to have test patches. In this, we are going to have complete revision of portion like we did last time, 20-30 classes. We also are planning a mentoring session where I will be personally mentoring students who have already enrolled and have been part of Sing Shang. I thought of having your previous, so twice a month test discussion and then mentoring, where I can come and we can discuss the ways in which previous year questions are solved. So we are thinking about these three different kinds of programs for in Minds of Aspirant, and Anthropology batch 1 also is going on. You can ask for if the details of batch 2 also. We'll be very happy to give you the information. So please contact the contact information which is there in the Telegram channel and in the description. So இது வந்து genetic engineering வச்சு நீங்க நல்லா எழுதலாம். genetic engineering and artificial intelligence question இது ஆக்சுவலா ஆர்டிஃபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ் தான். நீங்க பார்த்த உடனே தெரியும் ஆர்டிஃபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ்னு நினைப்பீங்க, ஆனா ஜெனடிக் இன்ஜினியரிங் இருக்கு. புரியுதா? நீங்க இது 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 வந்து நீங்க okay. So today we will discuss this question on how to write an essay, and this is an essay from 2024. You should know that first thing in an essay is that there will be 10 pages. So nearly what they say is that 1000 to 1200 words. So what it comes to is 10 pages, approximately 10 pages, or less than that also. But before going to write an essay, what you have, so we will see this essay: forests precede civilizations and deserts follow them. What I would want to stress on this fact is that first, before writing an essay, you need to brainstorm. You have to first split like this: forests precedes, okay, precedes so if you can do like this, a brainstorming session has to be conducted before you write an essay. And in that brainstorming session, you have to come up with different perspectives. In that different perspectives and different examples. And now, please check this. It is not talking about India. If it is, the question mentions India, then you can go for India. It talks about civilization. But what can be the point of start? So, for example, first think about it. There are 10 pages. Okay, 10 pages are there. So first page, what I will do is that I have to explain this. You have to explain in the first page what this question means to you. For example, this question can mean just like forests are there, resources are taken away. Then if the resources are taken away, it goes into a desert. This is the narrow perspective. If you don't explain what you think about this question in this first page, I as an examiner will not understand what you are going to try in this paper. So first what I will do is that I will talk about what is a civilization? First I have to tell what is a civilization. In this, I will clearly mention what is a civilization, which we saw in this class. Civilization, I will explain very clearly. It is about the material thing. Material, urban, science, language, or an higher complex society is actually civilization, tangible things. Okay, then I will have to explain to them forest precedes civilization. Then you can talk about what is this forest precedes civilization. Here I have to tell them. Okay, first I will tell them what is a civilization. Then in the second point, or not point, see, you should not write in points, but you have to tell me what is the meaning of a forest preceding a civilization. This is where you talk about, a civilization has so much of prosperity in the beginning. Forest for me means prosperity. Like how so many trees are there. Okay, this is how we have to write it in a paragraph. This is what it means to me. If you think about this is kind of an analogy, metaphor. Forest is a metaphor for a civilization. In a forest, you find different kinds of trees, many trees, different kinds of species. You think about a civilization, a prosperous civilization has many people. Okay, many people, different people. Okay, different things, and it has so many material possession. So can I say that, this point I will explain this, saying that this is the civilization. This is what I think about forest preceding a civilization. Next, I will go to the second page. In the second page, I will talk about how desert comes after this. So I can tell how desert comes after this. In this desert comes after this, I have to think about, cutting down the forest is one example, but many other factors are also there. Desert comes by climate change. Okay, man-made, human-made disasters. Okay, over-exploitation. Okay, over-exploitation. You can also think about nuclear holocaust, which can result in a desertification. Nuclear holocaust meaning is that today we are a civilization. What if nuclear war happens between Russia and USA? Sorry, yes, Russia and USA. It's going to destroy everything, right? Nuclear holocaust is going to civilization. Today we as a so this you understood. Now what you have to say is that this has been. Do you find that there is a civilization, then there is a desert? It is a cycle. Like Vijay Anna sonarla, Jaikiravan Thopan, Thokaravan Jaipan. Actually, life is a cycle. So you can give one quote. Life is a cycle by Vijay Anna. You write anonymous. Anna, I know that it is a Vijay Anna. Examiner does not. See, true, it can be written. It can be written. Life is a cycle. So this is a cycle. So I will come to the third page. Now see here. Now I will start fresh with one example. Here I go for Indus Valley civilization. Have we read about Megra? You remember that? Megra. Megra is the point of indigenous development of this civilization. So you start with that point, talk about how agriculture is there, then how trade happens between, Mesopotamia, then how this had this language, weight, granary, and the dancing girl. So all this actually suggests it was a forest filled with a civilization. It's a metaphor. See, it's a metaphor in the sense that, see, it's a narrow way of, जंगल सभ्यताओं से पहले आते हैं और रेगिस्तान उनके बाद आते हैं. See, it's a metaphor. I took it as a metaphor. This statement, I am taking, what they mean is that a forest is there before a civilization. So civilization exploits that, then it becomes a desert. I took it as a metaphor in that one component is forest. I took it as a metaphor where I talk about the flourishing civilization in terms of all the things that are flourishing, not only forest. So then I talk about this Indus Valley civilization. Then point is that, fourth, because of climate change. Because of climate change, you started having a downfall of this Indus civilization, which now has, resulted in the desertification of, or desert-like area in the region of, you need not draw, but you talk about how the people from Indus Valley civilization then migrated into, the way south. So, for example, like Kiladi. Then you can say that, see, this kind of a cycle will repeat very often. But the point is that, so it repeats often. Here, India, we need not think about only as an Indian perspective. If we go, this example, one example you need to have is Greece. This starts from Mesopotamia. Okay, this starts from Mesopotamia. Greece, why I included is, that is because it is there in GS4. You have Socrates, you have Plato, you have Aristotle in the syllabus. They talk about different things, and ethics. Ethics starts from Aristotle. You talk about, this is the point that we reach. We think that it's only a cycle in India, but no, it's also a cycle all across this world, where Mesopotamia, Greece, where it was flourishing with philosophies. You can talk about Plato, you can talk about Aristotle, you can talk about the resources that they had, the whole resource enabled them to have an Alexander kind of a fellow. Then it was a flourishing empire, it was a flourishing civilization, which actually, Rome, it became Rome. Not it became Rome, but for our essay, I'm writing it as it became Rome. That is, Roman kingdom had its roots in the Greece. But the point is that, again, here climate change. Okay. So 6th page. Here climate change. Here I will use one more example for the, see, desertification. Here, because of excessive, which you said, like excessive, see here. Where is that? Excessive exploitation. See, one example, one cycle with one thing. Then excessive exploitation. Excessive exploitation they did. Okay, excessive exploitation. Here you talk about excessive exploitation of trees. Excessive exploitation of humans also they did. Do you know that they had this point of a gladiator fight? You can talk about that. Gladiator fight, like excessive over utilization and harassment and oppression of people. Once you do that, it becomes a desert. Okay. So now what I have to do is that, 7th page, we have come to, so 10 pages, 7th page. Now what I will do is that, do you know that there was an, I think, essay question. history repeats. This is an there is two quotes. People who do not learn from history are condemned to repeat it. Satyanam, some person is there. But I will use the quote that was asked in previous essay itself. History repeats. The first time as a tragedy, second time as a farce. History repeats. But what I need is that I need to point out in this 7th page saying that history repeats. Because if I say history repeats, then I come to the present day. Present day, I talk about we are a globalized civilization where all of us are one. Where all of us are one in a Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. Okay? We have technology. It's true. This is how you write it. See, if I had written this essay, how would I write it is what I am saying to you. I am not dictating you points. See, you have to tell that, Vasudhaiva, this is how we are living today, right? With the technology, language, flourishing culture is there. All these things you can write it here. But we have a problem. So if we don't take care of this nuclear holocaust, if we don't take care of this climate change, if we don't stop CO2 emission, if we don't stop biodiversity, biodiversity loss, we are condemned to become a desert. Like how the great civilizations of, Egypt, the Egypt also you can write, actually Egypt, but these two civilizations, one India, one the world, then the contemporary. So now you can talk, so desert, we will become a desert, then you can talk about what steps we have taken. So in order to prevent this, okay, in order to prevent we becoming a desert, we have taken so many steps. UNFCCC, Vienna Convention, we have all this Biodiversity Protection Act. All these things, if you explain it through these things, saying that I think plus A. Okay, with this plus A, you tell them for all these people who were there, they were condemned to becoming a desert because they operated only based on their mind. Now we have a collective mind. Or in the future, it's going to be a collective mind. Actually, A meaning is collective mind. A meaning is that A today has all the scriptures, all the words which has been written in our world into its knowledge. So I will take decisions based on what I have in my mind as a knowledge, but not the whole civilizational knowledge. But A has that. There are so many bad views about A that I'm not going to go because I have to end it in a positive note. Then I will say that 9th and 10th. Then I will say that because of AI and human, we will stop this desert and become a forest. Not only in this world, we will become a space exploring world. Space exploring civilization. That's it. This is the issue. Do you like this issue? Was it to the point? So we'll close to that. Okay, we'll close to that. But Anna, புரிஞ்சிச்சா? இது இன்னொன்னு essay வந்து இப்படிதான் எழுதணும். You cannot write what is a civilization, what is a இதுல இந்த 10 pagesக்கு நீங்க நல்லா பாத்தீங்கன்னா அது கனெக்ஷன் வந்துட்டே இருக்கும். இந்த இடத்துல நான் ஒரு கோட் எந்த இடத்துல போடுறேன்னு பாருங்க. சரி, இன்னொன்னு நான் இது எழுதி வச்சுட்டு இல்லை, நான் இது ஜென்ரலா அப்படியே எழுதும் போது இப்படிதான் எழுதணும். ஃபைனலி ஒரு ஸ்டெப்ஸ் என்ன பண்றோம், புரியுதா? எக்ஸாம்பிள் நெக்ஸ்ட் இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பாயிண்ட்ல எல்லாம் நீங்க எனக்கு சொல்லிடணும். இந்த பாயிண்ட்ல எனக்கு நீங்க சொல்லலன்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். இப்ப நீங்க எனக்கு இது நீங்க என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்கன்னு என்கிட்ட இந்த பேஜ்ல பேசலன்னா நான் என்னன்னா நான் நினைச்சதை வச்சுக்கிட்டே இந்த பேஜ் எல்லாம் போவேன். நீங்க இந்த பேஜ்ல எனக்கு சொல்லிட்டீங்கன்னு வச்சுப்போம். வாட் ஐ வில் டூ இஸ் தட் ஐ வில் கிவ் யூ த லெவரேஜ் ஆஃப் இது இந்த பையன் நினைச்சிருக்கான், அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி நான் அந்த எஸ்ஏவை படிப்பேன். இப்போ நான் இங்க மெட்டஃபர் ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன்ல, இது கிளைமேட் சேஞ்ச், இது ஃபாரஸ்ட்னா இது இது. அப்போ நான் எழுதும் போது he will or she will have the things back of the mindல ஓடிட்டே இருக்கும். Then they will go through the essay. So this is the essay. This time it was asked. So போதும். ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட் நம்ம நாளைக்கு மீட் பண்ணுவோம். சரி, ஆல் தி பெஸ்ட்.